All right, folks. John Flores here with BMW Riders Association On the Level magazine. I'm here with Heath from Alpinstars.
Yes, sir, John.
And Heath has just put on this very, very cool looking jacket. Tell me more about it.
So the jacket you're wearing is called the Tailwind. It's kind of an off-road touring, casual, or everyday riding jacket that's good for anything.
Okay.
But textile material, breathes really well. Also waterproof. So there's a waterproof liner in there if it starts raining.
Okay.
But also if it gets really warm, really hot in your riding, you can take off that liner, and then all of this mesh material breathes incredible.
Okay.
But one of the extra added features with this jacket is it's also Tech Air compatible. So what is Tech Air? I don't understand. What is that?
Mm-hmm.
So turn you over here. So this is our Tech Air Street System.
Okay.
So the Tech Air Street System is a fully integrated airbag system. It's completely independent of the bike, of any external sensors, no tethers, no GPS.
Okay.
Everything is integrated into the system
And
on its own.
this is the brain, I'm
So
presuming.
the ACU is an airbag control unit.
Okay.
It sits on the inside of this jacket.
Okay.
And what it's doing, it's talking to sensors in the shoulder, and in the back. It's 12 sensing units that talk 500 times a second to the control unit. And what it's doing is understanding X, Y, and Z axis.
Okay.
Motions and movement.
Mm-hmm. And acceleration.
Accelerometers.
Okay.
And gyroscope.
Okay.
So 12 total sensing units that's understanding a rider's movement. So that's why it's no tether, nothing.
Yeah.
It's all understanding how the rider is moving.
Okay.
So let's say a rider is stopped at a stoplight as a scenario. He's sitting at a stoplight, waiting for the light to turn green, gets hit from behind. This system will go off before an impact. As soon as the vest senses a motion, 25 milliseconds, it's fully inflated.
So faster than like an acceleration, then you could accelerate with the thing. It's sensing being hit.
Yes.
Versus accelerating.
Think about this. 25 milliseconds is equivalent to 8 times faster than you blink.
Wow. Okay.
So if you get an impact from behind or the side, the first sense of that quick aggressive movement, it fires to the system to fully deploy before your impact happens.
Wow.
Or if you're high-siding a bike or lose the front, it will fire before you hit the ground.
Okay.
But the unique situation by no tether, no GPS, is the accuracy if you're standing still. But even then, moving on the bike, riding on light trail situations, you lose the front of the bike, you go down, it's going to deploy before you hit the ground.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it's fully deployed, 2 inches of air around your whole upper body, compressed air.
Whole upper body.
So
shoulders, back.
Full back. Ribs.
Okay.
Kidneys. Shoulders down to about here, so on your arm. It's just a little bit past your shoulder. And then in the front, full chest.
So your full upper body, basically.
Full upper body is protected by
within
air.
25 milliseconds of detecting an accident, or a high side, or any kind of abrupt event.
Yes.
You can't really trigger it by trying to pop a wheelie or trying to.
No.
Although you did say maybe a jump.
So if you jumped in this system, like say you're doing some off-road adventure riding, and you decide to do a jump, it's going to think you're high-siding.
Okay.
It's going to feel the movement
of
that jump that you get when you jump a bike. It will think you're high-siding, and it will deploy.
Okay.
So there's certain limitations on an off-road environment that the street system has.
Okay.
But there's some people that use it quite often in touring, light adventure riding, but anything that's a little bit heavier, more enduro, anything that's going to put you in the air, or a fast jolt, it's going to think you're crashing.
Okay.
So once it does deploy, it's completely full of air for 5 seconds. So that means if you're tumbling down a road or sliding down the street, it'll stay fully deployed for 5 seconds.
For 5 seconds. Then after that, what happens?
It goes completely flat.
So from 5 seconds to 6 seconds, it goes flat.
For about a minute and a half, depending on how tight the garment is.
Okay.
If you have a tighter garment, it goes down a little bit faster.
Because it's constricted. Okay.
So an adventure jacket, a touring jacket, it's going to be a bit more loosely fitted than a sport jacket would be.
Okay. But
it'll take a little while longer to go back.
So even if you're low siding in the rain and you're sliding a lot, it's going to actually cushion you from that first impact.
Yes.
But maybe if you're sliding 50 yards on a rainy surface, it'll deflate, but that impact is already in the past.
The average crash is about 2.5 to 3 seconds.
Okay.
Average.
Okay.
Higher speed crashes where you're in a lengthy slide, maybe 3.5. But a 5-second crash is a very long crash.
It's a very unusual crash.
But even then, you're still protected for another minute and a half.
And you were saying earlier how much force it reduces.
So
you guys ran tests on this.
Yes. So when you think about the average jacket or the average protection that a rider wears, in the shoulders, what this does is it allows 96% of the impact energy to be distributed throughout the airbag system. In the shoulders, the chest. Well, I mean, a chest on a normal jacket doesn't have anything. So this gives exponential amount of protection. It's 2 inches of air for your whole chest.
And I was hearing a study that said that most of the injuries are actually in the front.
Because it's frontal impacts for the most part.
Yeah.
So we have the whole front is protected, and 96% more energy is dispersed. It's more protection by 96% than a basic jacket.
Very cool.
And in the back of the jacket, because you already have the back protection, it's 78% more protective with the airbag system.
Than just
than
the back.
a CE level 2 back protector.
Then a CE level 2 back protector. Okay.
And the 96% is CE level 1, your basic jacket, shoulder protection. CE level 1, it's 96% more protective than that.
Okay, so let me understand. First of all, how do you turn it on?
So this integrates into a jacket. There's 2 plugs back here that plug into the jacket. And then once it's in place, you turn it on right here. This will light up green. And on the jacket, I'll show that to you if you'd like to a little bit. But there's LEDs on the arm that basically indicate what the jacket's doing, what the battery life is like, if it's active, if you need to charge the battery. All those things are shown through the LED in the arm.
Okay, and these snaps you could snap it into a jacket like this one, the one I'm wearing.
So the one you're wearing right now has this in it?
I already have one on.
Yes, your jacket has one in there.
Okay, I didn't even notice.
So you have one snap on the top, two on the sleeves, and then you have 2 connections in the back, and the front will zip in by these 2 zippers right here.
So So I put this on like a regular jacket.
Yep.
Not even knowing I had this on.
Yeah.
So I just put it on as a regular jacket. It's a little bit heavier than a regular
heavier.
jacket.
Yeah, of course, because you have substantial amount of extra protection.
Yeah.
So it's about 3 pounds, 2.5, 3 pounds heavier than a standard, completely integrated chest pad, back protector, a little bit of everything.
Okay. So I'm wearing it now, and you're going to inflate this for me?
Yes, the one you're wearing right now, we're going to inflate. But let me finish real quick.
Okay.
So one of the great things about this system is, let's say it's a very cold day. The jacket you're wearing is good for hot days.
Okay.
So what if you have 2 different jackets? So this jacket that you have is good for hot days, but what about when it's cold? You unzip this system, you zip it into your other jacket that's good for cold weather riding, and you still have the airbag protection.
Okay. But it needs to be made into a compatible jacket.
It needs to be into a compatible jacket.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And there's 20 different garments that you can purchase that this will work into.
And that was the plugging into the jacket, and you said there's some kind of display system?
So here on your arm, when it's plugged in, these LEDs light up, letting you know how the jacket's working, what the battery life is like, if it's ready to deploy or not.
Okay, cool.
That's your good indicator.
Cool.
But very versatile, can plug into different vests. And let's say you do have a deployment. It goes off. Now what do? You send this in to us for $300. We put the canisters back in, check out the sensors, make sure all the sensors are working properly, double check everything, then we send it back to you.
Okay.
So we just make sure it's as perfect as it was before. all the sensors work, then you're up again for another round of hopefully not crashing.
Yeah, hopefully you don't need it again.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool.
So that's basically everything.
Neat. That's all right. It's like a kidney belt.
So there's kidney belt also.
If you want to attach. Okay.
Some riders might like it a little bit higher, a little bit lower. So this is a waist adjustment.
Oh,
this
cool.
Velcro moves up or down.
All right, good. Well, you guys know how to build jackets, so that's
So this all development started in MotoGP. Working with the fastest racers in the world. But what most people don't know, from your customer point of view, also in Dakar, we work with Husqvarna, KTM, HRC Honda Rally Team. They're all wearing airbags.
Oh wow! Okay.
In
cool.
Dakar.
Oh, very
Also
very
flat
cool.
track.
Very
So
cool.
this development started in racing, but now is carried over to the everyday rider.
Okay.
So
cool.
the technology you're wearing is utilized by the fastest athletes in the world, because if they trust it to them, like we could trust it to us going to work or commuting or going on a trip, like we can trust that.
Yeah.
By having that technology that was utilized by the fastest people in the world.
Very cool.
So we're going to plug you in over here,
All right.
and we're not doing a full deployment as far as using the air-gone gas canisters. We're plugging you into a system that reenacts it more in a slower motion.
Like a simulated.
Simulator, yeah. So
Okay.
you can feel what it's like to deploy. So
All
see
right.